Even in traditional manufacturing environments, the effective implementation of standard costing can be challenging, with companies prone to making various errors that undermine the accuracy and usefulness of this approach. In this article, we will explore some of the most common mistakes in standard costing and provide guidance on how organizations can avoid these pitfalls to improve the effectiveness of their cost management practices. Inaccurate standard setting. One of the most critical and common errors in standard costing is the establishment of inaccurate cost standards. Effective standard costing relies on the accurate determination of standard costs for direct materials, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. If these standards are not meticulously set based on thorough analysis and realistic expectation, the entire system can become compromised. Potential causes of inaccurate standard setting include insufficient data collection and analysis. Failing to gather comprehensive historical data and analyze production trends can lead to standards that do not reflect the true cost drivers. Lack of input from frontline employees, not involving the workers responsible for the tasks, can result in standards that do not account for practical realities and challenges. Outdated or inflexible standards. Failing to regularly review and update standards to reflect changes in technology, processes, or market conditions can render them obsolete. Overly aggressive cost reduction targets. Setting standards based on unrealistic cost-cutting goals can create unattainable targets that undermine the credibility of the system. To avoid these pitfalls, organizations should invest in robust data collection and analysis capabilities to establish standards grounded in historical performance and realistic future expectations. Actively engage frontline employees in the standard setting process to leverage their practical knowledge and insights. Implement a formal review process to regularly update standards and ensure they remain relevant and achievable. Balance cost reduction goals with realistic assessments of what can be reasonably accomplished without compromising quality or operational efficiency. Over-reliance on variance analysis. Another common error in standard costing is the over-reliance on variance analysis as the primary means of cost control and performance evaluation. While variance analysis can provide valuable insights, it should be viewed as one component of a comprehensive cost management strategy, not the sole focus. Potential issues with over-relying on variance analysis include excessive focus on meeting standards rather than improving processes. Employees may become more preoccupied with minimizing variances than identifying and addressing the root causes of cost deviations. Distortion of decision making. Managers may make suboptimal decisions based solely on variance information without considering the broader business context and strategic implications. Neglect of non-financial performance indicators. Overemphasis on cost-based metrics can lead to the overlooking of other critical performance measures, such as customer satisfaction, quality, and operational efficiency. To address these issues, organizations should adopt a balanced approach that considers variance analysis alongside other performance metrics and strategic objectives. Encourage a culture of continuous improvement, where variances are viewed as opportunities to identify and address underlying process issues. Provide training and support to help managers interpret variance information in the context of the broader business environment and make informed, holistic decisions. Integrate non-financial performance indicators into the performance management system to ensure a more comprehensive view of organizational performance. Inadequate variance investigation and corrective action. Even when standards are accurately set and variance analysis is properly conducted, the real value of standard costing lies in the subsequent investigation and corrective action taken in response to identified variances. Failing to follow through on this critical step can undermine the entire standard costing system. Common issues related to inadequate variance investigation and corrective action include lack of accountability and responsibility. Unclear ownership of variance investigation and resolution can lead to a lack of follow-through and missed opportunities for improvement. Incomplete root cause analysis. Superficial investigations that do not delve into the underlying causes of variances can result in ineffective or temporary fixes. Ineffective corrective measures. Implementing corrective actions that do not address the root causes of variances can perpetuate the problem and erode confidence in the standard costing system. To address these issues, organizations should establish clear roles and responsibilities for variance investigation and resolution, with designated owners held accountable for timely and effective follow-up. Develop a robust root cause analysis process, drawing on the expertise of cross-functional teams and leveraging data-driven problem-solving techniques. Implement corrective actions that not only address the immediate variance, but also address the systemic issues underlying the problem, ensuring sustainable improvements. Regularly review the effectiveness of corrective measures and make adjustments as necessary to continuously enhance the standard costing system. Failure to integrate standard costing with other management practices. Standard costing is most effective when it is seamlessly integrated with other management practices and decision-making processes within the organization. Failing to establish these linkages can limit the usefulness and impact of standard costing. Potential issues related to the lack of integration include disconnection from budgeting and forecasting. Standard cost information that is not effectively incorporated into budgeting and forecasting can result in suboptimal resource allocation and decision making. Isolation from performance management. Failing to align standard costing metrics with broader organizational performance indicators can undermine the relevance and credibility of the cost management system. Lack of coordination with operational decision making, treating standard costing as a standalone function rather than integrating it with operational planning and control can lead to inefficient resource utilization and missed opportunities for optimization. To address these issues, organizations should ensure that standard costing data is seamlessly integrated into the budgeting, forecasting, and financial planning processes, enabling informed decision making. Align standard costing metrics with the organization's overall performance management framework, including both financial and non financial indicators. Establish strong collaboration between the cost accounting function and operational teams, enabling the real time sharing of information and the joint development of improvement strategies. Conclusion. Standard costing, when implemented effectively, can provide valuable insights and support cost management efforts in manufacturing organizations. However, the success of standard costing is contingent on avoiding common pitfalls and adopting best practices that address the unique challenges of this approach. By focusing on accurate standard setting, balancing variance analysis with other performance measures, conducting thorough investigations, and implementing effective corrective actions, and integrating standard costing with broader management practices, organizations can enhance the accuracy, relevance, and impact of their standard costing systems. As the business environment continues to evolve, the ability to effectively manage costs will remain a critical competitive advantage. By addressing the common errors in standard costing and embracing more holistic and responsive cost management strategies, organizations can position themselves for long-term success in an increasingly dynamic and challenging market.